My beloved child, listen closely. What unfolded last night was not an accident, not a coincidence, and not random. Two people who believed they were untouchable suddenly found themselves separated from comfort, stripped of control, and forced to face the silence of consequences. The doors closed, the noise faded, and in that stillness, something irreversible began to surface. What they whispered to each other in that moment changed the direction of everything that comes next. Remember this clearly: something huge is waiting for you, and it started the second they realized the truth could no longer be hidden. Amen. 111. Without warning, the masks fell. Hours felt like days as fear turned into confession, and pride collapsed into regret. One of them broke first, voice shaking, admitting a choice that set off a chain reaction no one could stop. The other tried to stay strong, but strength failed when the past came knocking louder than denial. What happened inside those walls was not punishment, it was revelation. A secret tied directly to you surfaced, and once spoken, it could never be taken back. Amen. 222. Here is the part you must not ignore. This night was permitted so the truth could travel toward you without interference. What they planned quietly has now been exposed loudly. The outcome will shock those who doubted you and silence those who underestimated you. Stay with this message, because what unfolds next will explain why this had to happen exactly now, and why your name is suddenly central to the story. Amen. 333. The night did not end when the lights went out, because truth does not sleep, it waits. Inside those walls, every second pressed harder, forcing memories to rise like echoes they could no longer silence. One sentence spoken in fear revealed why they were watching you, why your moves were being discussed in whispers, and why panic followed the moment your name came up. This was the turning point. What they tried to control slipped out of their hands, and destiny began moving faster than they expected. Amen. 444. Pay attention now, because this is where everything shifts. In that confined space, they realized people were already noticing, already asking questions, already connecting dots. Silence became impossible. This is why I urge you, do not keep this message to yourself. Let others hear it, let them react, let them speak on it, because the more this truth moves, the weaker their grip becomes. Stay engaged, stay present, and stay alert, because awareness itself is protection. Amen. 555. What comes next will demand your focus, and those who stand with you will need to be close. Voices matter now. Reactions matter now. Alignment matters now. As this story unfolds, you will see how one night rewrote many plans and redirected power back where it belongs. Remain here, remain connected, because the next revelation will explain why this could only happen this way. Amen. 666. This is where the silence becomes dangerous, because what they carried out of that place was heavier than what they took in. When morning came, their eyes could not meet, their steps were uneven, and their confidence was gone. One decision made in the dark created fear in daylight, and that fear now follows them everywhere. They know something irreversible has been triggered, and they know it is tied to you. From this moment forward, nothing around them feels safe or predictable. Amen. 777. Understand this clearly: the truth did not stop at confession, it started a countdown. People who once ignored signs are now re-examining events, replaying conversations, and noticing patterns that were hidden before. The smallest detail is becoming evidence, and the pressure is building quietly but relentlessly. What they hoped would end in silence has instead begun to echo, and those echoes are moving in your direction for a reason. Amen. 888. Hold your ground, because what is coming is not chaos, it is clarity. The exposure that began in confinement will continue in the open, and when it does, many will realize why you were protected all along. Stay present, stay attentive, because the next phase will reveal how their choices created an opening that can never be closed again. Amen. 999. Now the hidden pressure reaches its breaking point, because what followed their release was far more frightening than the night itself. Every phone call felt like a threat, every knock sounded like exposure, and every familiar face suddenly looked suspicious. They know the truth is no longer contained, it is moving, spreading, and drawing attention. This is the moment you are meant to stay aware and stay connected, because when a message like this reaches others, it weakens lies and strengthens protection around you. Amen. 1010. Listen carefully to what I am guiding you to do, because your voice matters now more than ever. When people engage with this message, when they speak on it, when they pass it forward, the energy shifts. Darkness loses power when light is shared. This is why your presence here is not accidental. Stay involved, stay responsive, and let this truth circulate, because collective awareness is what seals what has already begun. Amen. 1111. The final realization is settling in for them, and it is terrifying. They understand that this story will not disappear, that questions will keep coming, and that the next revelation will not be gentle. What started as one night has become a turning point that cannot be undone. Remain here, because what unfolds next will explain why this exposure protects you, and why everything is aligning in your favor right now. Amen. 1212. This is the moment consequences begin to show their shape, because after that night, every path they tried to take led back to the same realization: they cannot escape what has been set in motion. Conversations around them feel heavier, trust has fractured, and the confidence they once wore so easily no longer fits. They sense eyes on them, not to accuse, but to observe, and that awareness is unsettling. What they feared most is happening slowly and surely, and it is unfolding exactly as it should. Amen. 1313. Know this deeply: what is happening now is not revenge, it is alignment. Truth has a way of rearranging everything it touches. Situations that once blocked you are loosening, and delays that confused you are beginning to make sense. The shift you feel is real, and it traces back to that single night when control was lost and honesty surfaced. Stay grounded, because clarity is replacing confusion step by step. Amen. 1414. What lies ahead is preparation, not an ending. The unraveling you are witnessing is creating space for fairness, for recognition, and for forward movement. You are being positioned to see clearly, to move wisely, and to understand why this chapter had to close the way it did. Stay present with this message, because the next part will reveal how this turning point opens doors you never expected. Amen. 1515. What unfolds now cannot be reversed, because momentum has already chosen its direction. The tension you sense is not imagination, it is alignment accelerating. Small signals are stacking up, unexpected confirmations are appearing, and what once felt distant is now uncomfortably close for them. They know time is no longer on their side. Every attempt to regain control only exposes more cracks, and those cracks are leading straight to the truth you were meant to see. Amen. 1616. Stay steady and observe, because revelation does not rush, it arrives precisely. The energy around you is shifting in subtle but powerful ways. Conversations change tone when your name is mentioned. Decisions are delayed, then suddenly corrected. This is not chance. This is the ripple from that single night spreading outward, rearranging priorities and exposing intentions. Remember this clearly, something huge is waiting for you, and it is already forming behind the scenes. Amen. 1717. This phase is about recognition, not reaction. You are being positioned to understand before you act, to see before you move. The clarity coming next will explain why patience was required and why restraint protected you. Hold this message close, because the next turn will reveal how what broke them open is now lifting you forward. Amen. 1818. Now comes the realization they cannot outrun, because the story has started telling itself. What they tried to manage quietly is surfacing through reactions, pauses, and sudden changes in behavior. People around them feel the shift even if they cannot name it. The weight they carry is not fear alone, it is certainty that the truth is aligning against resistance. This is the stage where denial dissolves, and reality takes command. Amen. 1919. Mark this moment carefully, because influence is changing hands. Doors that were once closed to you are loosening without effort. Information you never chased is finding its way toward you naturally. The imbalance you felt for so long is correcting itself, not loudly, but decisively. What began as pressure inside four walls is now shaping outcomes in the open. Stay alert. Clarity is advancing faster than anyone expected. Amen. 2020. The path ahead is sharpening, and you will soon understand why this had to unfold in steps. Timing mattered. Readiness mattered. And now alignment is taking over where force once failed. Remain present with this message, because the next phase will reveal how recognition turns into resolution, and why this turning point secures what was meant for you. Amen. 2121. This is the phase where reality becomes visible, because what was hidden is now reflected in actions they cannot control. Their words no longer match their behavior, and people are sensing the disconnect. Subtle avoidance, sudden humility, and unexplained urgency are signs of an inner collapse. They know the balance has shifted, and they know it traces back to that one night that cracked everything open. What was concealed through effort is now revealing itself effortlessly. Amen. 2222. Understand the power of this moment, because alignment is no longer quiet. Situations around you are adjusting without struggle, as if cleared by an unseen hand. Resistance is fading, obstacles are dissolving, and clarity is replacing confusion. This is not luck, it is timing finally agreeing with truth. Stay attentive, because what you are witnessing is preparation for something larger than you imagined. Amen. 2323. What comes next is confirmation, and it will arrive in a way you do not expect. A realization, a message, or a shift will make everything connect at once. When it happens, you will know why patience was demanded and why awareness was essential. Remain grounded and present, because the next part will reveal how this unfolding secures your position and completes the circle that began that night. Amen. 2424. Now the pattern completes itself, because what was once fragmented is locking into place. The tension around them is no longer hidden. It is visible in hurried choices and uneasy silence. They feel watched not by people, but by consequence. Every step they take confirms what they already know. The truth has momentum, and it is moving without their permission. This is the phase where outcomes begin forming quietly but permanently. Amen. 2525. Receive this insight carefully, because protection has been working in your favor the entire time. What tried to reach you before was intercepted. What tried to confuse you was delayed. That delay was not denial, it was preparation. Now clarity is stepping forward, and the understanding you gain will explain why everything unfolded exactly when it did. Stay present, because awareness is now your advantage. Amen. 2626. The final alignment is approaching, and it will bring relief, not shock. When resolution arrives, it will feel natural, as if it was always meant to settle this way. You will recognize the calm as confirmation that the struggle has passed its peak. Remain here, because the next part will reveal how this conclusion opens a new beginning that carries strength, stability, and quiet confidence. Amen. 2727. This is the moment resolution breathes, because the weight you carried is finally lifting without effort. What once demanded explanation now stands clear on its own. Their uncertainty has turned into acceptance, and acceptance has ended resistance. You will notice how quickly situations stabilize, how conversations soften, and how outcomes align without confrontation. This calm is not coincidence, it is confirmation that the storm has already done its work. Amen. 2828. Take this truth into your awareness, because strength now comes from stillness. You are no longer reacting, you are choosing. The clarity forming around you is precise and grounded, allowing you to move forward without doubt. What was unclear has been named. What was delayed has been timed perfectly. This is the reward of patience and observation, unfolding exactly when it should. Amen. 2929. A new chapter is quietly opening, and it carries confidence rather than urgency. You will feel ready, not rushed. Supported, not pressured. The path ahead is steady, and the understanding you hold now will guide every step wisely. Stay present, because what follows will build on this foundation and reveal how lasting stability replaces uncertainty. Amen. 3030. This is where understanding becomes unshakable, because what once needed proof now stands on experience. You can feel the difference in how the world responds to you: less resistance, more cooperation, fewer questions, clearer outcomes. The energy around you has settled into certainty. Those who once doubted are silent now, not because they were forced to be, but because reality answered for you. This is the quiet power that follows truth. Amen. 3131. Let this settle deeply, because wisdom has replaced urgency. You are no longer waiting for validation or explanation. Decisions come easier. Trust in your path feels natural. What unfolded through tension has matured into clarity, and clarity has given you stability. This is not the end of a story, it is the point where you stop carrying what was never yours to hold. Amen. 3232. What remains is forward motion, clean and intentional. You step ahead without looking back, not out of avoidance, but out of readiness. The chapter that began with pressure now closes with peace, and the next one opens with confidence you earned. Stay present with this alignment, because what you build from here will stand strong and steady. Amen. 3333. What stabilizes now will last, because the foundation beneath you has been corrected. The uncertainty that once hovered has dissolved into quiet assurance. Situations that felt fragile are strengthening on their own, and the need to explain yourself has vanished. This is the moment you realize the shift is permanent, nothing needs to be forced, and nothing needs to be proven. The balance has already settled in your favor. Amen. 3434. Carry this awareness forward, because discernment is now your greatest strength. You recognize signals earlier, choose paths wisely, and move without hesitation. What tried to distract you no longer holds power. The clarity you gained through patience has sharpened your direction, and every step feels intentional. This calm is not passive, it is controlled, focused, and deeply grounded. Amen. 3535. The road ahead is open and steady, marked by confidence rather than urgency. You are aligned with what supports you, protected from what drains you, and prepared for what comes next. The chapter that began with pressure has completed its purpose, and the next unfolds with strength you can trust. Remain present, because what you step into now is built to endure. Amen. 3636. Now certainty becomes your natural state, because nothing around you feels unstable anymore. What once required effort now flows without resistance. You can sense how situations adjust to you instead of you adjusting to them. This is the reward of endurance, the calm that arrives only after truth has fully settled. What shook others strengthened you, and that strength is now visible in every outcome. Amen. 3737. Let this realization anchor you, because clarity has sharpened your vision. You see intentions clearly, you hear meaning beneath words, and you move without second-guessing. The confusion that once lingered has no place here. This is the phase where trust in yourself becomes effortless, and decisions feel aligned the moment they are made. Amen. 3838. What unfolds next is expansion, not recovery. You are no longer repairing what broke, you are building what lasts. The ground ahead is steady, the direction is clear, and your confidence is earned, not imagined. Stay present in this alignment, because the final turn will reveal how everything comes together with precision and purpose. Amen. 3939. This is where completion settles into place, because nothing feels unfinished anymore. Loose ends have tied themselves without effort, and questions that once lingered have answered themselves through experience. You are no longer looking for signs. You are living the confirmation. What began with pressure has transformed into quiet authority, and that authority now surrounds you naturally. Amen. 4040. Absorb this truth fully, because your position is secure. You are not standing on hope or expectation, you are standing on clarity. The lessons are integrated, the awareness is sharp, and your direction is steady. Nothing from the past has power to pull you backward now. You move forward because you are ready, not because you are escaping. Amen. 4141. The cycle closes here with strength, not exhaustion. You step into what comes next grounded, confident, and clear-eyed. This ending is not loud, but it is final, and from it rises a future built on stability and trust in yourself. Stay aligned, because everything ahead is unfolding exactly as it should. Amen. 4242. This is where fulfillment takes its final form, because the journey has done its work completely. What once tested your patience has refined your strength. There is no unfinished emotion, no lingering doubt, no unresolved weight. You stand grounded, not waiting for permission, not seeking validation, simply aligned. The calm you feel now is earned, and it cannot be shaken by noise or opinion. Amen. 4343. Hold this understanding close, because mastery has replaced effort. You know when to move and when to remain still. You recognize truth instantly and no longer entertain confusion. What others are still trying to figure out, you already understand. This clarity is your protection and your advantage, guiding every choice with precision and confidence. Amen. 4444. The chapter completes here with authority, not emotion. You do not look back because there is nothing left behind that belongs to you. What awaits ahead is not a mystery, it is a continuation of alignment, stability, and quiet power. Stay rooted in this awareness, because what you carry forward now is unbreakable. Amen. 4545. This is the moment legacy becomes clear, because everything that unfolded has shaped you into someone unmovable. What once challenged you now serves as proof of your resilience. You are no longer defined by events, but by the understanding you gained through them. The calm you carry now is steady and assured, reflecting strength that cannot be questioned or undone. Amen. 4646. Let this truth settle permanently, because alignment has become your default state. You move with intention, speak with clarity, and act without hesitation. The noise that once distracted you fades naturally, leaving only what truly matters. This is not the end of growth, it is the foundation for what you build next, supported by wisdom you can trust. Amen. 4747. The journey concludes here with certainty, not finality. What comes after this is expansion shaped by confidence and balance. You step forward ready, protected, and aware, knowing that every lesson has served its purpose. Remain anchored in this awareness, because what you carry now will guide you through everything ahead. Amen. 4848. This is where authority becomes effortless, because you no longer need to assert anything, your presence does it for you. The past has released its grip completely, and what remains is certainty that cannot be negotiated. Situations align as you arrive, not because you demand it, but because clarity recognizes clarity. The echoes of that night have finished their work, and what they dismantled has permanently rearranged the field in your favor. Amen. 4949. Carry this final awareness, because discernment now leads every step. You sense outcomes before they arrive, choose silence when it is powerful, and speak only when truth is complete. Nothing pulls you into urgency anymore. This is mastery born from patience, strength refined through restraint, and vision sharpened by experience. You are no longer reacting to the world, you are moving with it. Amen. 5050. The continuation ahead is deliberate and strong, guided by balance and conviction. What you build now will stand because it is rooted in understanding, not emotion. You move forward whole, steady, and prepared, knowing that everything necessary has already aligned. Remain anchored in this state, because what comes next will reflect the power you now hold with ease. Amen. 5151. This is where certainty becomes your environment, not just a feeling. You walk into situations and they adjust without resistance. What once required explanation now requires nothing at all. The alignment around you is complete, and it reflects back the stability you carry within. That night set everything in motion, but this moment proves why it had to happen, because you were being prepared to stand here, unshaken and clear. Amen. 5252. Understand this final truth, because confidence has matured into wisdom. You no longer seek signs, you recognize direction instantly. There is no rush, no fear of delay, no need to look over your shoulder. What is meant for you arrives naturally, and what is not fades without struggle. This balance is your strength, and it will guide every step forward with precision. Amen. 5353. The cycle seals itself here, quietly and completely. Nothing remains unresolved, nothing remains uncertain. You move ahead grounded, protected, and fully aware of who you are and what you carry. This ending is not an exit, it is a foundation. Stay anchored in this state, because everything that follows will rise from this unbreakable alignment. Amen. 5454. This is where permanence locks in, because nothing about your position is temporary anymore. What once fluctuated has stabilized, and what once questioned you now adjusts to you. The residue of that night has fully dissolved into outcome, clean, decisive, and irreversible. You are no longer navigating uncertainty. You are standing in established ground that will not shift beneath you. This is the quiet victory few recognize until it's too late to challenge. Amen. 5555. Receive this confirmation with calm, because assurance now guides your timing. You sense when to advance and when to pause, and both choices serve you equally. The clarity you carry is respected without announcement. Those who once underestimated now recalibrate silently, understanding that alignment has already chosen its side. Nothing needs to be proven, results speak in a language everyone understands. Amen. 5656. The path forward is secured, marked by consistency and confidence. What unfolds next will not surprise you, it will confirm what you already know. You move ahead steady, grounded, and fully prepared to sustain what you've earned. Remain anchored in this state, because everything that continues from here is built to last. Amen. 5757.